This graph tracks a typical strawberry plant's berry yield over a 5-year timeline. Notice the steep drop-off in production right here after year 3. You don't need to purchase replacement plants to fix this. Strawberries possess a built-in biological cloning mechanism. They produce specialized horizontal stems called runners, which the mother plant uses to replicate itself. To hijack this natural process, you only need 4 basic tools: a 4-inch plastic pot, potting mix, a U-shaped pin, and scissors. Mastering how to use these tools turns a dying, finite garden patch into a perpetual, self-renewing ecosystem that costs absolutely nothing. Step 1 is to survey your established beds. Locate a strong mother plant that is actively sending out runners across the soil. At the very end of that creeping stem, you will find a node. This is a small, unrooted plantlet. Look closely at the underside of that node. If you see tiny, pale root nubs forming, it is biologically ready to root. A single mother plant only has a set amount of energy to give. You must restrict propagation to exactly 2 or 3 runners per mother plant. Immediately take your scissors and prune off any excess runners beyond that limit. Ruthlessly pruning those extra runners separates a tangled, low-yielding patch from a highly efficient cloning operation. Now, fill your 4-inch pot with damp potting mix and place it directly adjacent to the targeted mother plant. Take the plantlet node and seat it completely flush against the surface of the potting soil. Use your U-shaped wire to trap the runner stem in place. This anchors the node so it cannot shift in the wind. Do not cut the stem connecting the baby to the mother plant yet. This diagram shows why. The mother plant is currently functioning as an umbilical life support system. She actively pumps water and nutrients through that runner stem and into the unrooted clone. Leaving this biological tether intact eliminates the risk of the baby plant drying out in the summer heat before its own roots form. Maintain consistent but not soggy moisture in the small pot and wait for 3 to 6 weeks. To verify that roots have established below the surface, perform the gentle tug test. Give the plantlet a light pull. If you feel physical resistance and you can see fresh, independent leaf growth emerging from the center, the root system is secure. Take your scissors and cleanly cut the runner stem connecting the 2 plants. That single cut shifts the organism from a dependent clone into a fully self-sufficient biological unit. By late August or early fall, you have a critical window to relocate these independent plants before winter sets in. You must move them into a completely fresh garden bed enriched with new compost. If you replant them in the original bed, you expose the new clones to an invisible accumulation of soil-borne diseases from previous seasons. Extract the plant from its container. You should see a healthy, white root ball that completely conforms to the shape of the 4-inch pot. Dig a cavity in your fresh bed, seat the root ball perfectly flush with the surface, and water it thoroughly to collapse any air pockets in the dirt. Isolating the new plants in fresh soil hits the reset button on their biological clock. It guarantees maximum vigor with 0 inherited disease. You have now established a highly organized bed primed for massive fruit production next spring. This diagram illustrates your final step. The plants require protective winter dormancy to produce berries, but that biological state is only triggered after they experience 3 consecutive hard frosts. Once they go dormant, bury the plants under a 2 to 3 inch layer of clean straw. Executing this runner protocol turns a single, one-time purchase at the garden center into an infinite, multi-generational food engine.